Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Dress to Quest. My name is Malix, also known to some as Mike Neistel. I am a graybeard, long tooth, old school game master who has been invited by these kind people and the currently absent uh, Master James, who has schooled me in what's going on with the ongoing story and handed everyone over to me. Uh, Feel free to quicken your boots at that for the next chunk of what's going to happen. So before we dive in and begin telling our story together, why don't you introduce yourselves?
Who's
Uh,
first?
Up to you.
Let's all do it at once. Ready and go.
My name is.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
up.
I would usually start us off. Why don't you start us off?
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Alex. I'm also known as Idly Wild, and I will be playing Erwina, your Stars Druid and Lunar Sorcerer for the evening. Now it's Eric's turn.
Hey guys, so I'm Eric Wahlberg. I play Sturm. He's a Goliath fighter wizard, and he's got a pretty axe. And I'm ready to enjoy this adventure with the legendary Mike Nusto. Space next.
Yo, I'm Stace. I play Benji Goldenclaw, your murder mommy, and I'm gonna pass it over to my cleric Ashante.
Hi, everyone. I'm Chris, and I'm playing Jinjak Wonderful, the murder suspect.
Uncle.
and, but otherwise, I usually play a cleric. And back to you, Mike.
We begin in the Goliath. Oh, no, that's. There we go. Yes, I'm sorry. We begin in the Goliath camp, somewhere in the frozen tundra of the eastern part of the spine of the world. 8 griffins and a small party of weary travelers rest as the Goliaths keep watch. These are the northern problems, adventurers from the south and heroes for our tale. They are Arena, a diminutive half-elf with strawberry blonde hair, the soft lines of her features starting to harden from the adventures through the tundra. A sense of joy still shines in her blue eyes. Benji Goldenclaw, a human barbarian with the blood of frost giants pumping through her veins and animalistic tendencies. She's fiercely loyal and protective, but if you make her mad, that's one mama bear you don't want to mess with. Jinjak Wonderful, a human Viennese priest of Shantou? Am I pronouncing that right?
Shantea.
Shantea, thank you. The Earth Mother. He's on a mission from his goddess to restore spring to Icewind Dale and free the Northlands from the Frost Maiden's ire. Lastly, Sturm, a Goliath himself, but not as large as most. He is sickly pale, and despite his heavy armor, a grim shadow suggests he's more than a warrior. The camp that you're in consists of 3 large tents. So these, in human terms, would be campaigning tents. So they're the not the usual tent halves that adventurers gravitate towards because they pack well. These are larger things that need to be burdened that have their one step up from yurts. Like there's a middle supporting pole, the whole nine. These are tents with a capital T. That's partially because you are currently on a mission with 4 Goliaths, very large individuals. So Sturm, are you? Is it just that you're kind of sickly, or are you like runtish as well?
So he's actually as tall as a Goliath can be, which is 9 feet tall.
Right.
But he does have a kind of a bit of a crooked back, and one of his legs is shorter than the other. He is pale and has a bit of a rasp when he breathes.
Gotcha. Also in the camp are 8 griffins. Um, one of the Goliaths is tending the griffins, and they are. I was trying to picture the other day what a griffin would look like resting. Through the Ren Fair, I'm kind of familiar now with like resting horses. I'm trying to picture because I think, and I think Idly would be you have more insight with your background, like, but birds, right? Kind of huddle, yeah. So the griffin would kind of like curl up and huddle its own. My analysis would think it's probably killer cute, despite how big and savage these things can be. It's probably adorable watching them rest. Arwina and Sturm, you are up. Jinjak and Benji, you are currently sleeping. There is a light snow. It is cold, but it's certainly been colder. I'm going to try this, so forgive me, and please, anyone viewing, also forgive me because I'm back. No, that's incorrect. There we go. So you're going to have to peek, players who have to peek on the transmission to look at the picture. Viewers will be able to see it live. This is the Goliath who's in charge of this expedition. His title is Wing Leader. His name is Ajula. He is not quite as tall as Sturm, but is broadly built. He's I think the kids call it a unit. He is a unit. He checks in on the two of you. You are on your way to go meet with other Goliaths, and it's a journey of 2-3 days by Griffin. So you've landed after a full day's travel. What are your constitutions?
Mine's only 8.
Erwina's is 16.
Let me have a con save for Sturm, please.
Beyond. Here we come. Oh, I rolled a 1.
Oh, no.
And he's dead.
No, you definitely have a level of exhaustion, though.
Okay.
Also, despite your Goliath blood, the fact that you're also wearing plate mail, the cold is actually getting to you. This actually happened to me as a Norseman as I reached middle age and my blood pressure changed. I had not really felt what it was like to be cold like a lot of my friends had. And like, oh, this sucks. I'm sorry I was not more tolerant. So, Sturm, you're not used to feeling that bite like humans do. But considering how exhausted you are and the fact that you rolled a frickin' 1, and that you're wearing an ice box, you might want to consider taking parts of that ice box off.
I will keep it on. He's used to suffering.
Okay.
He's used to having pains like this. And so, yeah, he quietly suffers. He doesn't let Arwina know.
I'll need a deception roll from you at advantage. Advantage because you're practiced at doing this.
DPI. We come again. I don't know how to do advantage, so I will roll. Wait, is there?
I think you right click.
Oh, right click. Thank
Yeah,
you
and
very
it
much.
gives you options like advantage, disadvantage.
Wonderful. Okay. Here we go. Right. Perfect. Advantage. Nice. Looks like 10.
Arwina, give me a perception or insight, your choice against that 10.
Insight. Let's go. That's a 13.
So here's the thing. You've known... No, I don't actually know this campaign-wise. How long have you known Sturm?
I've known Sturm since we were children, and by we I mean I was very much like a 6-year-old, and Sturm was what, like 12?
Yeah.
He was a little bit older, but we've known each other, especially in youth, a lot. But there's some time and distance between the two.
So
And
these two
she does know that he is sickly, and
Yeah.
she found him almost dead.
So that's kind of what I was getting at. Like, I didn't know that shared history, but that's very good to know.
Mhm.
Homeboy is being stoic like Homeboy can be sometimes, but
Mhm.
is not controlling the fact that he's literally audibly rattling against the inside of his breastplate. Like, if you get the shivers, there's very little you can do to control the shivers. he can
Mhm.
keep a straight face and not say anything about it. Like he's obviously not the sort to. The British have a great term, whinge. Like I don't think he whinges about anything, but you actually
Mhm.
literally hear him going rattle, 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 rattle in his armor, so you know he's not doing well.
Yeah. Erwina is going to focus in on her own innate magic and will prestidigitate to heat up his armor to
Okay.
take a little bit of the chill off.
That can certainly do that. It's severe enough that it's almost worthy, and I don't know if you even have this spell. Like heat metal wouldn't even hurt him at this point. It would just kind of thaw him. Although what you're doing is better, but you're doing the equivalent of like taking a small portable hair dryer and going up to the guy and just like heating him up a little bit, which is helpful.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, Rabbit.
You're welcome. Benji asks for it all the time. It's not a bother. Benji asks for it enough where it's almost a bother, but not like quite a bother. It's fine.
I'm going to need a perception from Owena, and I'm not going to ask from Sturm because of the one. I think Sturm is focused on just not being... I used to do cold weather camping, and there's a point where every bit of your focus is just on being alive and not freezing.
Another 13.
Something is upsetting the Griffins. They've gotten a little skittish.
Well, the Griffins seem grumpy. She'll like full on Scooby Doo poke her head out of the tent to like look over where the Griffins are.
Well, you two were up and about.
Oh, up and about? Yeah.
Jinjak and Benji are the ones that are in the tents asleep.
Okay.
I was assuming you're by a fire or something.
Okay. Then she'll head over to where the Griffins are and kind of like full on horse girl but Griffins at them to get them to settle.
Make a Constitution save, please.
Okay. $21.
You suffer, and obviously I don't know what this feels like, but I've had it described to me. You suffer a hot flash. So it's kind of a sudden onset kind of a thing, and it's you made the save, so it doesn't actually cause any damage or anything, but there's a rush of heat centered in the chest, and it's kind of painful.
Well, my magic's been doing all sorts of weird things, so we're just gonna chalk it up to that. Magic puberty and is weird. Yikes.
I need perception from Sturm, please.
$17.
Your friend's eyes are glowing.
Have I seen this before?
I don't know.
Erwina glows a lot, but not usually specifically her eyes.
It is specifically the eyes, and there is a reddish cast to the glow.
Am I close enough where she can hear me in this
Yeah.
semi-blizzard? Okay.
Oh, no, it's not a blizzard. It's just a snowfall.
Okay. Arwina, you all right over there?
Yes? No? Yes? I feel fine.
Your eyes. Are you doing that on purpose?
No.
Perception from Rowena, please.
Perception. With my glowing eyes. That'll be a 23.
Okay. There were several things to be garnered by that roll, and you will realize all of them. Thing one, you are warm. So the cold is not affecting you. You feel comfortably warm. Second thing, it must be at least external and not just a feeling, because there's a small area around your feet where the snow has melted. And the third thing is, Sturm's eyes are glowing too.
Oh, Sturm, your eye is glowing as well. Are you okay? That's not normal for you. For me, this is a Tuesday.
I hold my hand up in front of my one eye and I see if there's any reflection to indicate that yes, my eye is glowing.
It does not reflect in that way, but perception roll.
Okay. By the way, I get disadvantage because of my exhaustion, so let me do that.
Fair.
Okay. How about a 0?
It probably wasn't important.
Okay, yeah.
You do notice that one of the griffins is raised up. They're having very horse-like, skittish horse responses to whatever's going on.
I'll stand up. I'll look around.
Okay, you see that the wing leader is headed over to the griffins and is trying to calm them. He looks over at the elf. What's going on?
Not sure. More wacky magic. It's fine. We're all fine. This is completely normal for us.
Your eyes are glowing.
Yeah, I glow a lot.
So I shouldn't be concerned.
Mildly concerned, but I don't think it means harm. And she'll head over that way.
Okay. You notice that the wind and the snow are picking up.
Okay.
Druid, make a nature roll, please.
Oh, we're gonna see if we know about snow today. Oh no, that's a 3. The Icewind Dale public school system fails yet again.
Just a class you didn't take. Was it elective? Yeah.
Yeah.
I need a perception at disadvantage from both Jinjak and Benji.
Six for me.
Okay.
It rolled 3 times. It should have only rolled twice. So I guess the first 2 rolls are 16 and 19.
Okay. First off, Benji is sleeping and dreaming. What do you think Benji is likely to be dreaming of?
Benji in this moment is like a dog, a restless dog. She is kicking the ever living life out of Jim Jack. She's just like fighting in her sleep. Because she's restless, but she is definitely dreaming about Stillwell and Castle and her little buddy Unicorn Boy. She just has a lot on her.
So you have a very restless sleep. I think
Yes.
Jinjak, I think that kick to the ribs explains that good roll. You wake up after that sharp kick to the ribs. You also feel unnaturally warm.
I am elated at this because since coming to Icewind Dale, this is a very rare sensation. I decide, Benji, good lord, she has feet like anvils, and I get up, peek. Well, I check myself first.
You seem fine.
All right, I'll call up a cantrip for light spell, and I'll put it on my pinky.
Okay. So you've got a glowing Coke spoon, and you head out into the camp.
Okay.
You see your companions are both standing and kind of looking around anxiously. You see the Goliaths have now all been awakened and are calming the Griffins.
I will take out my mace and using not the head but the handle on the end, I'll lean into the tent and I'll poke Benji in one of her spatula feet.
So you also did notice that both of their eyes were glowing.
Well, Arwina, that's par for the course, but I look at Stern.
Okay. All
I
right. So
said,
Benji,
Stern, your eyes glowing.
Benji is mercifully awakened from whatever anxiety dream that they're having.
Yeah, I think she would immediately grab her great axe and she goes to swing and she's like, oh shit, Jack.
Why,
Okay, where am I? Don't wake me up like that. Are you like, I mean, seriously, do damage, Jack.
I know. I made sure I was at least a good yard away from you, and I tapped you on the foot. Something's happening.
So, Mike,
Yeah.
I would like to try and think of anything that I've seen or heard of the magics of Icewind Dale that would cause such an effect with the glowing eyes.
Nope. Nothing. This is not endemic of anything you're aware of. Arwina, I do need a wisdom save, though.
Oh no.
Is that not your highest attribute?
No, I just roll badly. A 14.
You make the save again, but there is renewed pain on your chest.
Ooh.
And this feels like being branded. There's an intense physical pain, not just in your chest, but on the surface, like on your skin.
Oh. Yeah, we're fine. I'm gonna just go stand over here. Don't worry if I explode. It's fine. We're all fine here.
You hear that?
I'm assuming the whole party at this point is
Yeah.
out of the tent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a
I'm
clearing
sorry,
in the
did she
middle of the
say
tent.
explode? What's
She did,
going
yeah.
on?
Yeah, we're fine. We're fine.
I will definitely come towards her.
Okay.
I have a heal ready for you, Erwina. I've come to expect this. Traveling with you every day is like a wonder. It's a wonder that you don't sprout wings some days, but don't worry, I got you.
At this point, I believe it. Yeah. I think she's gonna try and like attune to her own body and kind of like when you're not feeling good, when you do like that self-diagnosis of like just okay.
Yep.
So like, what is the cause here?
You get centered, and then you take your inventory.
Yeah.
Yeah. How to tell someone you have certain issues without saying, like, yeah, familiar. So you totally do that. Do you sit for that, or you just stand?
I think she will sit down. And like hopefully the even if the ground is melting around her, the residual cold will maybe bring down her temperature a bit.
So like the crisscross applesauce, elven trance kind of looking thing.
Yeah, we're gonna do a full on elven style trance position, meditating, just kind of like trying to still her own heartbeat as well. So like bring down. She's like, I'm not sure if that will actually help, but that will, you get fevers, your heart starts to race. So she's just trying to like put herself in a calmer place.
I need the party to make an investigate check. So everybody makes check, and then I need to know what all your rolls are.
No any disadvantage, just for all my skills.
Yep.
Is this a normal roll or is this at disadvantage?
No, this Sturm is at disadvantage because they're exhausted from the travel.
Okay.
Okay, so you got to call them out. I'm not monitoring the window.
Oh, 11.
14.
12.
14, 12.
2.
Okay, so 14 and 12 are the two highest. Because there's a thing in D&D that doesn't get used a lot called the group roll, where if two people in the party make it, the group makes the roll, which means your party would have made a roll with a difficulty of 12 or higher. which is enough for the party to realize that all your eyes are glowing, and the real jump in logic is it is in rhythm to Arwena's heartbeat.
Oh no.
So you see with
The
your little
Arwena?
eyes, there is like a pulsation of the glow, and you, after watching for a minute or two, you figure out it's synced to your heartbeat.
In order to test this theory, I think Benji will tackle Erwina into the snow.
Oh.
She just runs at her. She just wants to see like how fast or how much this glowing is gonna affect this group right now.
So, Arwena, will you defend yourself or just allow yourself to be tackled?
Well, she was kind of in her own meditative state, trying to lower her own heart rate, so her eyes are full on closed. There is no anticipation.
So that is
Full trust.
it's a full
being abused.
playground ambush.
Yeah.
And so Benji, you take her down into the snow, which is actually kind of melted near her, so there's a splash, which would shock you out of your reverie.
Ah!
Benji, she's very warm.
Whoa! I just touch her shoulder, and I'm just like, wait, why was I asking you to do prestidigitation when I could have just been like, why are you so hot?
I don't know!
What's going on there, Rena? Like, I was so confused.
Jinjack, can I have a intelligence save, please?
Okay, save on what is one of my worst stats. Okay. That would be a 1. I'm glad I'm getting these out of my system.
Yeah. No, and again, it probably wasn't important. All right, what do y'all do?
They start splashing her with the water. I'm just like taking large clumps of snow, and I'm just boom, just throwing them down on them.
Well, hold on. Are you uncomfortable, Arwena?
I am literally hot to go.
So,
All right, then maybe, yeah, definitely. Let's cool her down. But hang on.
So let me clarify. You're all a little warm. She is giving off warmth. You have a little pain, but it's centered on your chest. You don't feel like you're in an oven or anything. Like,
Okay.
You're fine. But there's the weirdness of whatever the heck that is.
I'm gonna do a ritual cast of detect magic.
Okay. Boy, you're gonna make. me...
I'm sorry. Would this be like a medicine check or like a nature check to figure out what's going on with her?
If there was a chance of figuring that out with either of those things, possibly. I don't know that you have the background spells or levels to know, given what this actually is.
Go ahead.
So, yes, it's magic. It is powerfully magic. The next part, the what school is it part, is the part that normally in my home game I just don't do. Because I think D&D, the breakdown of schools, is not the breakdown I would use. Like I do necromancy and divination, and like not evocation's weird, like,
I just want to know if it's a curse or if some kind of sending is being done to her and us.
Make an Arcana check.
And
I would like to give him a help action because I'm also a wizard and
You totally can, but he's going to have to vocalize that. Otherwise, you have to intuit that he's doing this all in his brain.
oh, all right. Well, I'll
Right, if you
say
say
out
out
loud when I'm doing. I'm saying like I'm calling on the Earth Mother. Well, they'd see me doing the ritual cast.
yeah, that was why I assumed that ritual cast would.
I'm calling on the Earth Mother to detect magic here, and
Yeah, you can completely compare notes. So go ahead and make this test at advantage.
Yeah, I'll pull out whatever pertinent book I may have on me and look something up and give him some information he may not already have.
have an 18.
It feels like a summoning.
Oh, that's odd. Huh.
Very
Oh,
odd.
it's summoning magic. Here, I got an idea. Irina, do you feel a direction for the heat?
And she'll brush off the melting snow from her cloak and kind of like do a 360 to see if there's a direction that feels warmer or not.
Make a intelligence save.
An intelligence save. Okay. 4.
Okay. Perception roll.
Oh no. That one.
Okay, so things you can't miss. The intensity of the snowfall has picked up to the point where it literally is a storm. The other thing when you do the 360 is you have lost sight of the Goliaths and the Griffins.
Oh.
So you don't.
Oh no.
Although again, the range in the storm is not great. Also, something that Sturm was concerned about earlier. A snowstorm is noisy, right? So it's also possible that you're not hearing either because the storm is picked up. But you don't see anything else because you rolled not great. However, when you do the 360, to answer Jin Jack's question, yes, in fact, it does. You do feel almost a pull that way.
Okay. Can I still see my party members?
You'd want to get closer. You can see them, but it's like the cool silhouette in the snowstorm kind of shot.
She'll head back towards the group, pulling out a 50 feet of rope.
Okay.
And we'll hand each of them one of the ropes. And then goes, well, if we're following it, let's follow it. Hold on.
Oh, are we going to tell our Goliath escort that what we're about?
I mean, we could.
But we cannot see them, right?
Yeah.
Group perception roll. I need to know the 2 highest rolls.
This is normal. Oh.
Because I got 23 and 18.
Not 20, 23.
Yeah.
So 23
Get it.
and 23. So I need Sturm to make an Arcana check.
At disadvantage. Hold on.
This one I'll offset that. Go ahead and make it straight.
All right. Ooh, 23.
When you look around and realize you can't see the Griffins, you can't see the Goliaths, and you can't hear them either, and also the onset of the storm was so sudden, you're not a druid, but it felt very unnatural. That high of a roll, you think you may have shifted dimensions. Now, I don't think any of your characters has experienced that before, but I think Sturm would have read about what that is and be familiar with the theory of it. It feels like you've moved.
It is not that the Goliaths have left. It's that we have.
Correct, exactly.
We are someplace else.
You mean we've been spirited away?
Is this like an outer body experience thing? Do you mean that, Sturm? I don't feel like I'm not myself.
Transported as if plucked from one place and put into another. Not even sure if we're on the same Earth. It is unclear to me. But the surrounding though looks and feels quite similar or identical to Icewind Dale, right?
No, it's actually, you can't see a lot of terrain yet because your visible distance is so short, but it's blinding snow and there's ice in the snow. This doesn't even feel like the same kind of storm Like it was only doing like a moderate snowfall, and then within the space of the what was that, maybe a 10-minute interaction that you had, it
Mhm.
became a blinding ice and snowstorm. So you can't really even see terrain yet.
Can we hang on a tick? I put my hand on Benji's shoulder. I said, "You know what time it is, Benji?
No, I have no idea. What are you talking about, Jack?
It's time for prayer."
Oh, I should have kicked you harder. Okay.
So one thing that may occur to different ones of you at different times is it seems like this kind of storm there'd be a precipitous drop in temperature, especially because it's freezing rain combined with snow. Like it is intensely cold. It's like Minnesota at its worst cold. But none of you feels colder. So whatever's going on is protecting you. So you won't at first realize it, but if you weren't protected, this storm is the kind of storm where you find the travelers frozen to death on the road, but it's not affecting you that way.
Well, that's usually a good sign, but it means whatever's summoning us doesn't want to kill us outright. We're summoning Erwina and we're kind of caught in it, but I'm only half kidding, Benji. I just want to cast the morning spell.
I was just thinking, what if it wasn't, what if it was the Raven Queen? What if it was her, Jack?
I don't think the Raven Queen would be doing snow. I think she'd be
That's
doing
true. That's
birds.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
my Shantae's thing anyway.
Besides which, everyone knows the Raven Queen hates everyone. I'm going to fire off an aid spell, if that's okay.
It
And
absolutely is,
so I'll hit aid on, the usual suspects. Benji, Stern, and, okay, I'll put one on Erwina, too.
Make
Yay.
a Arcana or Religion test, whichever you prefer.
Religion? Oh no, tell me now. Extra planar nastiness. Is this normal?
If it's advantage or disadvantage, I'll tell you.
Okay, good, thanks. That would be a 16.
Spell works fine, but there is a sense. So, lower level spells, you kind of mostly reach out because of the grace of your god. You can interact with the surrounding magic in the world, kind of like a druid does. As you get higher level, you interact through essentially lesser angels, messengers, and things. That at the very highest level, you literally go, "Okay, God, I need to raise dead." Despite the fact that it's a pretty low level spell, that connection that's normally entirely within, it feels a little tenuous. Like you feel farther from God.
We are not in the material plane, and we're also probably not very close to the celestial plane either.
Is this affecting you?
No. As it turns out, I'm sufficiently weak that my spells are not affected. But I could, if I needed to call upon higher forms of Theurgy, I couldn't do it, which is just as well because I could never call upon higher forms of Theurgy anyway. So everything's good.
I will raise a hand and in the air attempt to cast the Mage Hand cantrip in the air just to see if I can create the runic projection of my own hand with that
is not
spell.
affected at all. That happens exactly as it should.
Right.
Yeah, you unconnected sorts, you don't get bothered by this kind of crap.
Well, there's enough ambient magic for the mage to be able to manipulate and pull to him and form. It's all fine.
Mike, I usually, for my one of my feats is leadership, and I usually do that every morning.
Okay.
Much to Benji's chagrin, and but I kind of integrate it. I don't do like a leadership speech. I do like a little story and a sermon. If you want, for the interest of time, we can just skip ahead. But I did prepare one.
So you're saying you were going to do that because you didn't make it through your rest of the morning. You want to do it now?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Please do.
Let me tell you a story. I'll be quick. Here's another tale of Bosco, the halfling peddler, and his trusty donkey, Mr. Pibbles. Bosco was trundling his way down a coastal road on the ghost-haunted Velen Peninsula. 'Twas a wet, rainy day in a winter, and the hail and the rain was pelting down on the wind-lashed coast. Mr. Pibbles was in a bad mood, him lugging Bosco's kit while rain pelted down on them both. Both donkey and halfling were startled when a great flash filled the sky and the air was torn with a horrific screech. They froze and slowly looked up. Falling from the stormy sky was a massive reptilian shape, thrashing wildly and twisting in the air. An azure dragon was plummeting down, roaring, screeching, and belching bursts of lightning. Perched on the dragon's back was a tiny figure wielding a sword and wearing armor. With a massive crash, both dragon and figure plunged into the sea. So I keep telling the story. I've got to do it for 10 minutes and then I finish up. Bosco gave the plate armor one last tap with his hammer and lifted the helmet to survey his work. The knight smiled, and with a grin, he handed Bosco a sapphire and said, "Thank you, Sir Tinker. That wretched dragon destroyed the rest of my armor, but I cannot countenance life without my hat. Thank you." He plopped the repaired helmet on his head, bade the tinker and his donkey farewell, wearing nothing but his helmet, his boots, undergarments, and carrying a scabbarded sword on his shoulder. It just goes to show, in life, you do your good work, and then you take your hat. All you really need in life is some fresh water, good shoes, and a hat. And everyone in the party gets 8 temporary hit points.
And how long does that effect last?
Until they're used.
Okay, so it's just a buffer.
Yeah, but it stacks with those people who already have aid. It stacks with that. So
How much is aid? Oh, wait, did aid work or not?
yeah, the aid did work, and you got 5 from that.
So does
The 13.
does it specifically say that? Because normally temporary hit points don't stack.
Aid is not temporary hit points.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's weird.
Perfect.
I had time to explain to me.
Yeah, you're right. Like, as long as they're categorized differently, it's fine. I also, Jinjak, you have GM inspiration.
Oh, thank you.
Inspired. In case you've not noticed from the broadcast, you are all on the map now. So make sure you all take a glance over at Roll20. By the time he's done with his inspiration, the snow and ice let up a little bit, and what you see is you are in an area that is considerably more mountainous. Obviously, this is not particularly distressing to the Goliath, as this is home was like this, I assume. However, there are large blue crystals shot in and through a lot of the rocks. It is a very otherworldly, like, think, Star Wars needs to quickly set up another planet. This one has purple trees. Like, this is another world through blue crystals and snow. But very much, once you get a good look, not in Kansas anymore. You definitely are somewhere else. You do all see that your eyes are all still glowing. That glow still throbs. The throb is apparently still in beat with Arwena's heart. Also, the elf feels a pain on her chest, which is similar to like a recent tattoo.
Huh.
So you know, I'm not sure if you have tattoos, but
Yeah.
you know how it fades to being, it's like a soreness, like the pain kind of goes away, but it's tender and it throbs a little bit, and it's at that stage, it feels like that.
Okay. She'll do like a polite little demure turn away from the group, like look down, just make sure she didn't get ink that she wasn't supposed to have.
There is a mark on you, and it looks like somebody reached out with a taloned finger and touched, like right where the breastbone is, right above it, and it left a mark.
Okay. Interesting. So in new news, everyone, um, it looks like I've got some sort of glowing warm mark thing on my chest. It's fine. I'm starting to think this is less of whatever the other weird stuff was and new weird stuff.
Wait. What? What do you
Yeah,
mean?
I don't
You
know.
wait? Are you saying you have a tattoo? Is that what you're saying?
Um, no,
Let me
maybe.
see. Let me see.
Okay.
And I just examine it.
I'm getting like big sister that takes care of business vibes from Benji.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Did that boy not take you to dinner? Like, let me feed you. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
come on.
So
Let me show you
you're gonna
something.
demurely take a look at the mark.
Yeah.
Oh, the mirror. No. No.
It looks more like a brand than a tattoo, honestly.
I just pull. Like I have furs on, so I just pull back a fur. I'm like, this is a tattoo. What you
Yeah.
have is different.
Okay, great. Great. This is fine.
Okay, so question number 2. Why are you branded?
I don't know. That's why I was like, I think this is new weirdness and not like randomly casting spells weirdness.
Sturm and by the way, the exhaustion goes away, Sturm.
If I'd hazard a guess, I think we'll find answers if we follow our noses. Well,
Yeah.
follow Arena's nose.
I think whatever it is that is summoning us, we should go to it. Because it's strong magic, and whatever it is, it's inevitable.
Yeah, and
Do we know where to go?
and who knows? If I don't go, maybe I'll explode. So we should definitely
Stop
go.
saying that.
Yeah. I like that her go-to is explosions. I do need to know if this is the marching order that you want.
I will be at the back.
Okay, so go ahead and maneuver those.
Erwina probably will take the front, which she feels so unaccustomed to.
Okay, so about like that.
Yeah.
Except Sturm has your back.
All right, I'm side by side.
Perfect.
She'll make sure that her mage armor is cast. Bright, glowing golden armor forms over her cloak.
Correction. It's 7 extra hit points, not 8.
Oh.
7 extra hit points, not 8. Sorry.
How dare!
But the 8 is 5.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna ask for that group perception roll again. So I need to know the 2 highest rolls.
$11.
20.
11.
Looks like 11 and 20.
Okay, so that's a 20.
Oh wait, no, somebody got a 15.
15.
Sorry, mine was 15.
15 and 20 means that 15 is the lower of the 2 highest rolls. So you would have made a difficulty of 15, which means you will notice, and this is probably just conversing as you're walking. The world, the easiest way to explain this is in modern terms, which obviously your characters don't know. So there is a point in video games where there's a resolution, a draw distance, and then things become mapped. So they get less and less defined at a certain range. And the idea is normally they're not important foreground things, so it doesn't matter that you only kind of see a blob for, Detroit because it's 2 miles away, right? That effect is closer than you'd expect, meaning the area that you're in, picture almost being in a snow globe. Like, it feels like the world is only a couple hundred yards across. And past that, it gets kind of glowy and indistinct. Sturm can have another Arcana check because you rolled so well on that other one.
Oh, 15, not bad. Or third, wait, is that 13? It's like a 13.
13. It's possible that could be, it could mean that you're in a pocket dimension, because sometimes when you're going from dimension A to dimension B, the transit is through a connecting dimension. Like your A to B, your A to C goes through a B, and that means this is only as big as it needs to be.
So I gather that this is a stopover. This is not actually where we're destined to be going.
Which would mean to complete the journey, you need to cross it.
Right. I won't elaborate with them. I just say we need to move forward. That's how we'll get where we are to be.
All right, as you move forward, the following happens. I gotta go to the right layer. There we go. Come on. So hopefully you now see, not that. Oops, I think I called up the wrong image. Hang on. There we go. Out of the snow and ice, a humanoid figure about 18 feet tall assembles itself in your way. I need initiative.
Yay!
Okay.
Yay, fighting!
Arwina, what you got?
5.
That's a number. Benji?
It's a number.
18.
That's a higher number. Jinjak.
19.
And Sturm.
Only a 9.
Okay. All right, Jinjak. What do you do?
Oh, jeepers, it sucks when I'm first. All right, I call out to the, whatever it is, says, "Oi there! Are you friend or foe?"
It does this in a very, it's hard to see without seeing my upper body. There's a thing that Wolverine does where he kind of ejects his claws by kind of throwing the mask down. He does that, and his icy hands get larger. So he goes from fingers to talons.
Well, I'll take that as foe, and I'll.
Yeah, Jinjak, I speak primordial. He wants to fight us.
Oh, but why didn't you tell me that? I don't know those things. I touch a bead on my necklace, and I'll fire off a bless,
Okay.
and I'll target everyone but me.
Beautiful. And you have more to do. Is that your round?
Yeah. I don't have like a. Yeah, that's it. Hang on, let me.
Benji, Benji, what do you do?
After he says that, and we see his ice claws extend, it's a fight. So Benji is gonna go into a rage immediately and push past both Erwina and Sturm, kind of like pushing them out of the way, and she charges right up to him.
Go right ahead.
And she swings. I will do this with Great Weapon Master. Actually, let me just click my buttons.
Was it actually within range of that move?
Yes, I was 30 feet away.
Oh, wow. Yeah, and as long as they give you permission, you're allowed to move through. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
I scream move in this very animalistic, demonic way. And I do run past.
Its armor class is 14.
14, I will do this with Great Weapon Master, which gives me a -5, but a +10 if I hit.
Okay.
Don't forget last.
In my blood. Actually, I will roll that first. I'm gonna roll the D4 first. That is a 1 to whatever this is.
Oh dear.
I'm gonna reckless as well.
Okay.
So that should be. It didn't do the thing, so it should be a 20.
So you rolled.
It should be a 20 to hit or 21 to hit.
So you got a 1 and a 20. You got the maximum spread.
Yeah.
That's kind of awesome. All right.
No, not a natural 20. I didn't get a natural 20.
Okay, got an unnatural 20.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have a magic? Is it a magic weapon or not a magic weapon?
I think this is a mundane weapon. I just stole this off for some orc that I killed.
It is resistant to non-magic weapons. So do your damage.
Oh,
Divide by 2. Round up. When you do this, please say reduced after you give me the numbers so that we're clear that you've done the math.
Okay, so round it up. No, it would be 18 damage and reduced to 9.
So just tell me 9 reduced. I know you've done it.
Yeah.
And good. I use green, yellow, red. I don't tell you hit points. So when something's got most of its hit points, it's green. When it has roughly half, it looks wounded, beat up, it's yellow. When another solid hit, or maybe 2 would take it out, it's red. That hit, it's still very green. It is a big, big boy.
Oh, no.
And is that your round?
Yeah, I can't do anything else.
Okay, I do need you to make a DC 13 Dex save, please.
Okay, I have danger sense, so I would have advantage on this.
Okay. Given what this is, it makes sense.
17 plus.
Okay. So it is so cold that when you hit it in melee combat, if you fail the save, you take cold damage. Note that you're being protected, otherwise this probably would. Like if you were just some mook, it might freeze you to death. So this is actually a much lesser version that the thing is actually capable of. But you made the save, so you take no damage at all. Sturm has 9. It's faster than Sturm and Arena, so I'm up. I have one obvious opponent. So I will take you up on the Let's Dance.
Okay, you have advantage.
Oh, that's right. All right, big boy, what you got?
Please don't hit me with a natural 20.
No. I did roll a 17 now.
I'm begging you.
So no, you're good. So that's that, and that's that. Yeah, I'm using physical dice at my end. It's easier than juggling all those windows. So it's this plus that. You take 16 points of damage, and make.
Okay.
And make.
I am. You go first.
Well, this is a slashing, so you can have that, right?
Okay. Yes, and I also am a totem, the bear totem barbarian. So,
right, so
all other damage except for psychic.
Okay, cool.
I cannot have.
So have that damage, but then also make a DC 14 con save, please.
Okay. The damage was 16.
Yes. So it's 8.
Okay.
8 reduced. Oh, look at that. Okay, so it would do additional damage if you fail that save, but this is save is no damage at all. So you're good. And Sturm, you're up.
All right. Since this thing's so tall, I don't have to worry too much about hitting my buddy, but I'll go ahead and take 2 steps over.
Yeah.
And as a free action, I'm going to stow my battle axe with a free hand. I make a circle, and as I do, a kind of a shimmer that creates a spear, and then a whole round object that I grab, and it turns into flame, and I toss it. It's chromatic orb.
Yep. Gotcha.
Ooh.
So I'll give it a shot. And as I throw it, you see a trail of runes, and the thing itself has a light.
You're spending my special effects budget like it's nothing.
I know. Let's see. That's 2 under fire. And I'm going to go ahead and do it at level 2. So let me actually I got to pull it back Okay, cool. Level 2. Yeah, this is it. Okay. Here. Fire. Here we go. Come on, don't miss, don't miss. Oh, I think I missed. I missed badly.
Oh.
Got a 9.
Sadly, that is a miss.
Yep. It looks cool though. It looks super cool though when it flies
looks
past.
great. In fact, all right, Arwina, you're up.
Okay, so Erwina is going to focus all of that heat and rising radiant energy from her chest, and is like, "This can only end well," and will cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay.
Oh, what? Why did it roll? Oh, okay, 14 to hit.
That hits.
And then it does 14 damage.
Okay, it is
Wait,
resistant.
I'm confused. One moment.
Yeah.
It just rolled it all at once.
Yeah, it does, I think.
18 radiant damage.
Okay, so it is resistant to radiance. That's going to be 9 reduced.
Okay.
9 or 9 halved, however you want to put it. It is still green.
Okay.
And then we go back around to Jinjak.
Oh, as her bonus action, she's going to go into her starry form, but instead of the typical archer constellation that goes over her, she is going to focus in a little bit, and its constellations go to almost dragon scales as she harnesses the constellation of the dragon.
So a couple of things. Thing one, you're acutely aware that the thing that's pulling you is on the other side of this guardian. Like, you're very aware it's through. It's that way. The other thing is when she does that, the red glow is in all of the stars in the constellation instead of the others.
The stars, they seem angry. This is definitely a time to be a dragon.
So, and that's you?
And that's me.
Jinjak, you're up. I pause momentarily to stare at Arwina. Oh, that's fun. always weird. No, I shouldn't say weird. That's judgmental. Always the odd druid stuff, I swear. All right. Very pretty, though, Arwina. I'll move up. And for my action, I will... I'll follow in kind. And I say, you've been a bad ice thing. And I fire off Guiding Bolt.
All right.
Hang on. Normal. Guiding Bolt cast. Wow. That's a 1. Is that a 1? Was that really?
Yeah. Yeah, I think you have advantage though because she hit, right?
Yeah, you get advantage.
Oh, thank you for reminding me.
Well, it's interesting. It's incepted Guiding Bolts.
Yeah.
All right. I will roll again. Actually, let me roll in D20 because otherwise, yeah, I did the same. Screw it. I'll do it again. Sorry for the slight delay. I'm just sort of switching between. Normal.
We're getting used to it. It's all good.
Okay, Guiding Bolt. Cast. Boom. Oh, yeah. All right. Now, I got a 2 this time. All right, so the Guiding Bolt missed. I said, oh, come on, Shantae. I know you're far away, but really. And, sequence.
If you wanted to, you could use that inspiration I gave you.
What does the inspiration do?
It's a D20 reroll.
No, I'll save that. Actually, yeah. Use it or lose it. Okay. I'm not a believer in saving. All right, one more time. Come on. Come on. There we go. 22 on the Guiding Bolt.
Heck yeah.
Perfection.
16 points of damage.
Okay, so that's going to be half to 8. Thank you. It's
all right.
Still green.
And I messed up my sequencing. I forgot. Okay. So I don't have any other actions.
Benji, you're up.
I can only do one thing, so I'm gonna keep smashing it.
Hey, don't get reductive. You do a very good thing.
Yeah.
You do it very well.
I try. Yeah, I think I try to swipe at the claws once it tries to attack me. So I have advantage from guiding bolt, so I'm not gonna reckless, but I will do the -5.
This very much has the vibe of Elsa's guardian in Frozen,
Mhm.
like the big goober that she makes out of nothing because she becomes God.
Mhm.
Oh, I got a natural 20.
Oh,
Heck yeah, you did. Do it.
Let's go. That is wow. I don't know why they did the damage like that. That was really bad. I rolled really bad on a D12. 19 reduced to, I don't know if you want to do
always round up. Yeah, you roll the dice twice, add the bonus once.
okay. It rolled.
Okay.
I'm just trying to reduce 19. So you want 10 damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. It wants to return the favor. Now, was that reckless or no?
No, it was not reckless.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and roll one die. And I get a... What's your plus? I get an 18.
Yeah, that beats my armor class.
That hits you. Okay, here comes. Here comes the pain. 18 points, which will be halved to 9 by your rage. Then make a DC 13 dex save, please.
Yes. With that advantage. Pass. I got a 20.
Okay, so no further effect. Good. Sturm, you're up.
All right. Some of the same. I will cast again at second level. Another firebolt. 19 plus I have my blast, but that already hits. So damage. It looks like it didn't come up. So did it come up or no? Let me see here. Do you guys see that? I don't see the damage here. Oh, okay.
Watching that.
It's 48. 40 fire damage. Character sheet. Go. 8. I do multiples. Hold on. 2. I think 4. Oh, I rolled a ton of dice just now. That's way too many. Oh, way too many. Hold on. So let me do 4.
Well, you can use the roll the roll 20 die roller if you want.
Thank you. We'll do that.
Yeah.
Here's the somebody roll for me. So my 2-year-old just got back from a trip and she's crying for me downstairs. So somebody roll 48 fire for me.
Yeah, I got you.
Right back. Thank you.
48.
48. Yeah.
Yeah,
16.
48 damage.
That's what I heard too.
So what was it?
16.
Okay. So the gamble pays off. It is in fact vulnerable to fire, so it's doubled. So it's 32 points of damage, which takes it immediately to red. Like you blow one of its arms off.
Nice.
Oh.
All right, Arwena.
Erwina, seeing that and remembering her new tricks that she just figured out she could do, will rush up. As she rushes up, she focuses on drawing forth a blade of star flame. It does just do fire damage, but it's dark as the night sky with the light and heat of the stars in it.
Perfect.
So that'll be a 16 to hit and 22. Oh, geez, that can't be correct. So it's 22 to hit. It's like, Jesus Christ, what even is that? 17 fire damage.
Okay, well that's doubled, and it only has 8 hit points left. So it explodes. All right. Goodbye, you. Okay. All right, the combat is over. I think some of you have taken damage. Benji took a small train load, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to do any healing?
No, I'll be fine. This is nothing new. And I just like pat myself, bleeding a little bit, like my arm is bleeding a little bit. I'm just like, I'll be fine. I've had worse.
So have you taken half or more of your damage?
No.
Okay. So I play that the same way I play monsters. Just because we're not playing a JRPG, so numbers don't fly over your head. Where that comes in useful in social situations is, had you taken half, you'd look damaged. So your friends might insist you take some cares. But you don't.
Gotcha.
You look okay. All right, good.
I show Benji as taking 5 damages, if that's correct.
No, I've taken more than 5. I'm down to 40 hit points out of the 50.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, 10. All right.
I did a couple of pretty decent shots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you failed those saves, you would have taken 2d6 cold and then be frozen and have to break out of a sheath of ice. But you made both the saves.
Honestly, I wish I would have failed. That sounds fun.
Because that would be cool. Yeah.
That's so cool. I just looked at Erwina. I'm like, did you summon that thing? Jinjack said something about summoning, and I don't know
I
where
did not.
you.
I did not summon the snowman. I did not do that. I exploded it. So something has exploded today. So I'm not 100% wrong.
I think we need to have a sit down with you and things like what's with this newfound exploding things, Erwina.
For one, weird stuff keeps happening anyway, and now new weird stuff is happening, and it feels really hot in my chest, and we're all tied to it, and
Okay, well, that was a lot.
Yeah, it's been like a month almost of a lot.
Yeah, I don't know how to help you really. I mean, if you have something wrong with your chest, I look to Jinjack. He's basically the doctor, so you might want to go talk to him about that. I just push her in that direction.
I think whatever that brought us here is what's responsible. But yeah, sure.
Go talk to Jinjack.
Whatever is ailing you, it's that way.
Okay. Maybe it'll fix all the other stuff too.
I look at Benji.
That'll be great.
It's not hurt, right? It's just like a magical tether pulling her. There's nothing to heal.
Ooh, the magic is You're saying things that are going way over my head. I don't do magic. I have no idea what magic is.
You say that, but I see you transforming, and whatever's happening to you,
I have no clue how to do. I just woke up one day and I could do that.
Yeah, that happens a lot in Icewind Dale. I notice.
Will you continue on your way?
Yep.
Turn around, go back, try something else.
The answer is to move forward.
Erwina will move forward and hold her really cool sword as she does so, because at least it's cool.
I will ask if we can take a short rest here. Is there a place that we can find?
It does not feel like a short rest will work here.
Okay.
The way I do short rests is you have to be someplace safe to be able to rest. This is too active, and also is the concern that it's not even a proper place. You need like a shelter or something. So you probably have to get out of whatever this is first.
Fair enough. Then we move forward.
Okay. All right. So you will find that whole effect that I was talking about, which is a little like the effect that Hitchcock used to do, where you pull rack focus so something goes farther away and closer at the same time. You reach the end of the world faster than it looks like you should. So by going an additional 200-300 feet, you clearly enter a place where you're walking into mist. So do you?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll lead.
I'm following Arwina.
And Arwina,
Are-
you do still
are we-
feel that like guidance. You do feel
Yeah.
pulled to that way.
Yep. And lit by the sword and her own still glowing draconic constellations will continue forward.
Okay. How long does that transformation work? Same as Wild Shape?
10 minutes.
Okay. You will emerge from this with your duration being up. Because
Okay.
it'll be about that long. So you
Okay.
walk to the end, and then as you transition, you'll come through and assume physical body again. You emerge in a place that is a lot more like Icewind Dale, at least the tundra that you were in, but it's
Mhm.
not where you were. So the plants and so forth and the terrain is more similar than that place you just walked through, but you are aware that you traveled someplace else. Now, you're not sure if it was a teleport or you're also still on another plane. Without
Mhm.
like higher level spells, it's hard to tell those things, but you're definitely no longer where that guardian was.
Okay. Well, we're here now.
Where here exactly?
Is there any way that she can use survival to kind of try and figure out where in Icewind Dale they are?
Give me survival at roll it normally because it'd be an advantage, but the group can help you. So that'll
Okay.
end up being advantage, then disadvantage will neutralize. Just do a straight roll.
Okay. 9. Not a clue. Not a clue,
9.
Benji.
Yeah.
So we're right back where we started.
Have the druid make a nature test to get an advantage because your companions can help.
Okay. At advantage?
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay. A natural 20 minus 1.
The flora and fauna are different.
Mm-hmm.
So picture there being a thing like a pine tree that isn't a pine tree. And to most people it'd be like, yeah, it's a green tree thing with little needles on it. To a druid, you're like, yeah, but it's wrong. You know,
Yeah.
It's like 20 degrees different from what you would expect in Icewind Dale. Again, it feels like you're not in Kansas. You're somewhere else.
We're definitely not anywhere near Caerconeg or East Haven or Stillwell or Caerdinaval or any of the other 10 towns that I've been to, as she has just listed all of the 10 towns that she's been to. It's almost like when a pine tree, but when a pine tree is like, what is it called when you have books? Fonts. It's a pine tree in a different font.
Do I still feel, or do I have any sensation of how connected I am to my magic, or can I just want to know if I can tell that we're still not on our plane of origin.
Make a religion test.
PQR, religion. Just ignore the second number. It's automatically
I'm
going
not
at it.
looking at that. You always have to call out the numbers to me.
Okay, 21.
Okay. Make a wisdom save, please.
Wisdom. $11.
You now have the condition shaken. Shaken doesn't do anything on its own, but it would affect things like morale and fear moving forward. The reason for that is you feel no connection.
Oh, we're definitely not where we started out. Oh, this is bad.
Do any of us Do any of us fill a poll like we did before as to where we should?
Well, no one felt that but Arena.
Okay, I'm going to ask Arena. I say, do you still fill that poll?
Yeah, she'll kind of close her eyes and just focus in the full feeling she felt before.
So close your eyes. You do feel a full hole. You open your eyes and you see two things. One, there's a little bit of a red glow kind of on the horizon line. So that way. The other thing is you see a tendril of smoke just off kind of to the left a little bit, like over there.
Okay, well, there's smoke that way, and then there's the red glow in the horizon.
And no one but her can see that. So when she points the red glow out, she's the only one that sees it. You all see the smoke, though.
We could be direct and follow the glow, but I'm interested in the smoke. How about the rest of you?
We need to figure out a way out of here, and I reckon following our Arena will do it.
Another thing to consider is the smoke is much closer.
The smoke isn't that far off of from where we are now, and we can keep following that horizon.
I expect we would find others with that smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps a campfire, and information can be had. Could be dangerous.
Well, it's not like it isn't dangerous back in Icewind Dale. So we're just choosing what danger we want to go find.
I know you guys are not scared of danger. And I immediately, whatever way she pointed towards the smoke, I'm already walking that way.
Yeah.
Great axe in hand.
Okay.
I look to Arena.
Let's go. She tries to say with bravery.
Okay.
It
So
this
looks like we're all going to the smoke.
I think this would be.
I shout out to Erwina. You killed the man yesterday. You killed the Yeti yesterday. You'll be fine.
That's true, and I just exploded the Iceman. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
See, you're a natural killer.
Yeah, definitely.
You're a natural.
Yeah, definitely. Natural at something. A natural disaster feels more like it.
So
Well, I
this
mean,
would
I wasn't
be
going to say that part, but you know,
a drone shot
I'm trying to.
where the camera pulls up and away, and we see the party grow smaller and smaller as they walk forward. You travel for 2-3 hours, and you figure out as you get closer, this is not something actively burning. It is something smoldering. Like the kind of smoke that's coming off it is, those of you that have any experience with like a bonfire, there's a point where the active flame is settled, and it's probably settled for a while, but it continues to smoke unless someone puts it out. And when you finally approach, you see an area where the snow and ice heat has pushed it back a bit, so it's kind of a barren area, and there's a pile. And as you get close enough to pick out what the pile was, it looks like a pile of bodies that was burned.
I will try and move one with a mage hand, just kind of pull it off the pile a bit so we can see it more clearly.
It does that terrible horror movie sticky charred body thing where it kind of comes loose. These are not human bodies. They're smaller than humans, but they're humanoid. You think, once you see a skull and you see that they've got a pronounced jaw and horns, you think kobolds. And this is maybe a dozen, more than a dozen.
Because they're so small, if I can bring one of them over to me with mage hand, or perhaps if there's a decapitated head, bring it towards us because I want to investigate it closer.
A hand can give you, because it's limited to 5 pounds of pull, so it can give you like a severed femur or a hand or something. It won't be able to pull the whole body. Maybe a skull. Like, roll a d12 for me, because the skull would be really cool.
Um, 6.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I will be right back.
So that's fine. You end up in a very poor Yorick, like the hand will pull over the skull for you.
And then I'll
So,
have a levitate there in front of us and do my best to see if there's anything unusual about it aside from just that it is a burnt head.
The burning would have gotten rid of any details that your like primitive CSI could have really gotten anything out of.
Okay.
just so you know, Mike, your audio is a little low. We just got a note in the chat that they can't hear you.
Okay, I pulled back physically. I'm closer to my speaker now. How about now?
Sounds sim to me. Maybe it's is one of your settings. Oh, there you go. It says, oh, no, that was idling. Operation Tabletop. Can you hear Mike? Mike, why don't you talk for me, buddy?
Talking. Looking for my settings. Sorry. Audio.
James says check OBS.
I'm in OBS, but I don't know any of the settings anymore. So I'm having to.
While we're figuring that out, I'm going to step away for just a moment.
Well, I did want to give like a 5-minute bio break very soon, so let's go ahead and do that.
Perfect.
I will stay on and somebody help me with this. Where is the audio?
But James is here, so maybe hit him on Messenger or call him. You think he's in his hotel room?
Okay.
Did you want to put up the
Yeah, I absolutely can. Sorry.
spring? Yeah, no problem. We'll be right back, you guys that are watching. Fixing some audio and taking a bio break.
Testing now. Testing. I did what James suggested.
Is audio turned off for Twitch? Because I can listen.
No, I turned it on. Testing.
Okay.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. Testing. This is my voice. Is it enough? Keep going up. Oh, okay. So I'm all the way to the right, James. The frame that says audio mixer, the slider under the volume is all the way to the right. There I go. That's where I started. And now it's perfect. It was here before. All right, I'll just. Hey, I worked IT. Sometimes turn it back on and off is the way to do things. And you're saying we're good now? All right. It's IT magic.
It's the heavy tread restarting, I think.
It really is, yeah. As usual, IT crowd is right. Okay, I'm going to give it another couple of minutes. I'm going to get some more ice for some more carbonated drugs. I'll be back and we'll get going. Anyone still watching or listening? We're going to just a couple more minutes. We'll get right back into it. And apparently you can hear me now. Thank you for your patience.
Is there anything else around? We'll walk around and look for weapons, hints, clues, footprints if it's not being blown away too quickly. Any items or anything?
Hmm.
James is saying you're muted. Let me check. Go ahead and talk.
How about that? There we go. All right. It's doing random weird things. I am apparently not muted again. Right? Talking. I should be good. I'm seeing green bars and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting to continue until I get confirmation.
Yep, they say they can hear you.
Beautiful thing. All right. The group can make. So in this case, I'm not going to do the group roll where everybody rolls. Whoever's got the highest investigate. Go ahead and make a roll. You're going to have advantage, but disadvantage because of the time and the snow. So roll normally. The group will help you though.
I have a +4. I'm going to be the rest of you guys.
I'm +0.
4 is
-1.
Okay, so I'll roll and then
0.
I'll roll and then I'm rolling advantage you said or something
No,
else?
you're at advantage because you're getting help, but disadvantage because of the snow and the time. So
Okay, so it's just flat.
you roll
Okay.
normally, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's not going to do it.
The site itself is too old, too much snow, too much to get really much information out of it.
Well, there's nothing else for us here. I turn towards.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. I just turn and look towards the direction we were going to head earlier, and I wait for the group.
I'd like to examine the kobold bodies if possible, and see how they were killed.
Not in a bonfire. Unfortunately, the skin would have crisp burned and largely pulled away. So I'll give you a medical at disadvantage. There's a small chance that there's enough evidence that it could have survived a bonfire, but most of it would have burned up.
Mm-hmm.
That will be a natural 20 and a 19.
Heck yeah, Dr. House!
All right. Some of the wounds are deep enough that they split bone and tore muscle in a way that the fire only kind of made it worse, right? Like a deep wound would kind of open when you burn it. And obviously a shattered bone, depending on how you shattered it, the burn wouldn't have any effect at all. If there's anything left to look at, you'd still see it. These creatures, it's going to take you a good 20 minutes of picking through gross burned victims to get information. But when you're done, they were slaughtered by someone humanoid, human size or larger, heavy weapons with all 3 damage types, actually, because you find evidence of blows that would have been blunt attacks that shattered bones or rib cages, but also there are deep stab wounds and there are things that would have been axes. This feels to you like when the evil Baron punishes the small village and comes in with well-armed troops and the people there don't really even have anything to defend them. It's actually kind of sad. Like, this is the aftermath of a slaughter.
You mentioned that there was the possibility that the wounds were cauterized as they were hit. Would that indicate that the weapons were hot?
Not at all, no.
No, okay.
That's
I'm
not
sorry.
what I meant to say. I meant that the heat might have opened up some of the wounds, making them more
Ah,
obvious.
okay.
But that was after the fact. Post-mortem, as it were.
They were slaughtered with blade, blunt, and piercing weapons. And
When you walk them through it, the warriors can definitely confirm and they can see it. And you're like, oh, yeah, yeah.
but
Yeah.
this
It
was
looks like
a mask. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Benji.
no, I was just gonna say, yeah, this looks like a regular slaughtering. What else did you find out?
It was a massacre, from what I could tell. Very personal in a way. This is sort of like or I shouldn't say personal. This is meant to be a message. I mean, there's no survivors. The bodies are piled up and they're burned. And there's no attempt to hide what was done. It's kind of reminding me of what some of the more unpleasant nobles do to peasant villages they don't like.
I have a mild suspicion that whoever summoned us is either posing those who did this or is the ones who did this.
Well, I find it curious that it's well, no, maybe I'm reaching too far. Cope, we're using these are dragon type kobolds, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, not old school. All right.
I mean, they're kind of similar. Even the oldest D&D ones had little snouts and horns.
Yeah, but well, yeah, okay. I'm wondering if these kobolds prayed to whoever watches over them while they were dying. That's what I was thinking. And whatever watches over them couldn't save them, but could possibly arrange for them to be avenged. Anyhow, Arena, you still feeling the pull?
I guess so. I mean, I see the redness on the hills.
Well, when you think
Just
about
over the
it at
horizon.
all, you're pulled. Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still being pulled.
All right, let me say a couple words, and then how about if it's all right with y'all, and then we can head out.
Yeah.
All right, I say a few words, hoping to speed the passage of these poor murdered souls.
Roll percentile dice. Something only really old school players and GMs say.
Yeah, I know this one. Yeah.
People hardly use percentile anymore, but
But yeah, it's a low chance, but there's always a chance. No,
Always a
no
chance.
chance. 52.
the chance is never 52.
We'll be 52.
But you do the righteous thing. You lay them to rest. All right. Where to now?
Going to the red glow.
Yeah, we're going towards the red glow that seems to be pulling me forward.
There is more and more that strangeness of you're protected, so you're not even as cold as you were in Icewind Dale. Like this kind of feeds into Sturm's assumption that there's planar travel or something involved, because many of those spells protect you against where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
That seems to be happening. So in a strange way, you're all a little bit more comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It is obvious that the light on the horizon is on the horizon. It is days away. So just start humping ground.
Yeah, then I guess as it gets, I assume there's night cycles here. Is there a sun that's setting?
There is a sun, and over the course of the next couple of hours, it does move. So yeah, there does seem to be a day-night cycle.
As it gets closer to evening, I'll keep my eyes open for a place that might be worthy of making camp.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I say, Benji, hold up your axe. please?
Hold it up.
I'll put a light spell on it.
Okay. Evening. We will cut to you're around your makeshift camp. You have warmed up some of the provisions you already had with you. You've eaten. You feel a little bit better. It's you certainly, given Sturm's constitution, will have to rest. Despite the protection against the cold, it's still like you're not going to want to do like a 12-day hump. You know, you're going to need to rest. Go ahead and take short rest if anyone needs it.
Yeah, okay. Then if there's no full rest, I take a short rest and I'll get 2 levels of spells back, which should just be 1 second level spell.
Right. Yeah, long rest is coming, but it's not happened yet.
I can do another sermon to
Okay.
restore restore Benji's. I think Benji was the only one who was hurt. To restore Benji's temporary hit points.
Okay.
But I only prepared 1, so we're just gonna skip the role playing and there you go. I say a few words.
That's fine.
And I tell a story about dumplings, porridge, and happy times.
Did I tell you guys about the hat? Yeah, I took it.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, yeah, I'll do another hat story because hats.
Damn it.
Benji is just like,
Oh no, you have to enjoy it or it won't work. And
I
then
didn't know.
you get 7 temporary hit points. Everyone else still has the ones they had from before.
Okay.
All right. Who would be on the first watch?
I'll take the first watch.
Okay. At roughly 11 o'clock at night, I would think that Sturm is up and probably Erwina because Elf, like you only really need 4 to 6 hours of meditation anyway.
She is a half elf, so
So you
she does sleep.
Okay. In that case, it's just Sturm. Sturm. You see the camp is being approached by a small group, at least one of whom has a torch, because there's a very distinctive light from a torch in the distance, and it's coming your way.
I will. Am I close to anybody who's sleeping?
You're within 20 feet of everybody.
Okay, cool. I will simultaneously go to whoever's closest to me, and then as I'm rustling them up, I will use Mage Hand and wake up the other one until I get all 3 up awake if I have time.
Okay. You all wake up, and by the time you're all awake, you see that in the now near distance, about a quarter mile away, there's a small party approaching. The lead figure looks like this.
I say he looks like a Duraz.
So it's that is actually Dragonborn in robes and armor, and that the one depicted there has 4 in lighter armor with him that look the equipment and the armor. It looks like they're scouts, but that one is definitely the leader and has. It's not a torch, it turns out. He has conjured a flame at the end of his staff. He gets to about 100 yards away and waves.
I'll wave back. Well, I don't think he's obviously trying to hurt us. I reckon maybe we should parley.
Yeah,
We should.
None of the
I'll look.
weapons.
I'll be looking around, Mike. I'll look to our flanks just in case as Jinjak engages them.
Perception.
17.
You don't see anyone stealthing. You're pretty confident with the 17 that you're clean.
Yeah.
None of them have weapons readied, and nor are they standing in a defensive, like, hand on the hilt of a sword or anything. They seem, at worst, passive, at best, friendly.
Yeah.
I'll walk towards them, and I turn around and make sure Benji's nearby.
The lead figure speaks in Elven.
I stop.
Yeah, what?
Turn around.
Yeah, I'm deaf.
Erwina.
I speak Elven as well.
Oh, Benji. Okay, good.
Okay, so Erwina and Benji step up.
Yeah, now that I have headset. What's going on?
He smiles, which is very strange coming from a dragonborn face. Welcome, Chosen.
Oh, what?
He's talking to you, clearly.
I
And
no,
I step back.
definitely to Benji. He's talking definitely to you,
No,
Benji.
he definitely. You have the branding. I'm pretty sure you're the chosen one.
He sets his
No,
staff- He sets his staff in front of him, whispers to it, and the flame clinging to the top bends your direction. And he repeats to you, "Welcome, Chosen."
Hi. Chosen of what?
Welcome, Chosen. Come.
Okay.
He says some other stuff in a language you do not recognize.
Yeah. Hey guys. I guess we're going this way now.
What did he say?
Hi, Chosen. We're
Yeah,
going
he called
this
her the
way.
chosen one. Yeah,
No,
she's the chosen one.
No.
Oh, wow! Arwena's the chosen one.
Yeah, she's the chosen.
no.
I mean, yeah, that's exactly what he said.
Erwina's like 2-week long existential crisis continues.
I just put. I do the little friend push. I'm just like, go on, go.
Okay. You're coming with me.
I'm gonna be 5 feet behind you.
I'm always happy to follow the chosen one.
Oh God.
Lead us, please.
Oh God.
He's
And we'll just feel like she's dying inside as she walks forward.
He reaches into a sort of almost a hobo bag he's carrying and pulls
Okay.
out a scroll and
Okay.
reads clearly from a list of elven words and says, "No danger, friends."
Oh, good. We're all friends here. That's good.
Chosen friend.
Yes, and these are my friends.
He literally waves.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, we can go with you, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. I'm afraid of who I've been chosen by, but that's fine. We'll figure it out, or we won't. It's fine.
Perhaps ask him if he knows anything of the kobolds.
Yeah. Do you know anything about the kobolds?
Kobolds? Don't know.
Okay. Yeah,
Kobolds?
we I don't know if it's a linguistical barrier or what. Yeah, small?
Dwarves?
No, little lizards.
Does he still have that torch?
It's his staff. It's got flames on the end of it.
I reach out and say, ask him if I can hold it briefly.
Yeah. We could do that. And Erwina will focus in on her magic and will make a minor illusion of basically Snark wearing a kobold mask. So a short little guy with like a cartoonish
He
little
spits
face.
It with disgust and says the elven word for cockroach.
Oh, they don't like him.
Perhaps that's why he burnt them. Why they were burnt.
Yeah. She will create an image of them on fire, but it's still like kind of cartoony, so it's basically the meme of I'm on fire, but I'm fine. But then makes the face worse. Like, why?
He takes the scroll out again and looks over his list. It says, Mistress can say more things.
Okay, so his boss can
speak
explain more.
things.
Yeah, yes. More answers, yes.
I have this. And he holds up the little scroll.
Okay.
He looks at the bottom. Sorry.
Okay.
What does he show us the scroll? Like what language it looks like it's in?
Flip it around. It's doesn't do you any good because it's written in his language, but it seems to be like Merrick's guide to important nouns you want to use when traveling in Japan. It's very much a easy translate kind of a reference.
Gotcha.
Come, not too far.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so will you travel with these guys?
Yes.
Yes. Especially if they're going in the way of the pool.
Not directly towards it, but that direction, yes.
Okay. Well, we're at least kind of heading the correct way.
And just a reminder, your eyes are still all glowing.
Okay.
They don't seem bothered by that. They certainly don't make any comments on it. You travel mostly in silence because they don't really speak your language, and vice versa.
Yeah, exactly.
And you arrive, and unfortunately, you're traveling through the night. You arrive at about 5 in the morning, so you don't get the full long rest because it's interrupted. It is the entrance to a cave, a large cave. Come. And there are guards, and he makes them aware that you're approaching. And there is actually an inner gate inside that leads to a complex through this cave. It appears to be a small underground settlement.
Okay. Well, we've come all this way. What do you guys think?
I mean,
Ask if we could have but a moment.
Yeah, just uno momento, por favor.
I'm expecting that they'll see me, but I'll just at least put some distance between me and them, and I will cast Ritual Comprehend Languages, which lasts 1 hour.
Okay?
I can't, of course, speak to them. At least I'll understand them, and that's it. And then I will join the crew.
They will do a little crosstalk, not knowing that you understand. And
Yeah.
the crosstalk, some examples. Master, are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. The priestess called, and they answered. Which one was chosen? The little one. Strange that it would be the little one. I would think the tall one would be chosen. Yes, but he is wounded. His leg must have been broken or something. Oh. Is she a wizard? Doesn't seem to be, no. So they shoot the shit about not having much faith in the chosen one.
It's okay. The chosen one doesn't believe in herself either.
You enter a small underground settlement. It's shaped around largely natural caves. So they've been expanded and braced, but it's definitely not dwarven, right? Like they're not making whole new areas. They're adapting what exists. It's clear that they are resistant to the cold but not immune. So one of the reasons for this is when you're in here, it has the igloo-like effect where the temperature is at least 20 degrees warmer, just being in and out of the elements. There are freestanding fires that raise the temperature further. Given your protection, it's actually pretty darn comfortable for the four of you. All the construction is made with stone and bones. There's very little metal or wood used, which is a very different... in World of Warcraft, this is like a different tile set. Like, look, the orc villages look completely different. Like, this is not a kind of construction any of you are familiar with. And they lead you through, and there are dozens of Dragonborn in here. And they are all different castes. Like, there are ones that are clearly workers, and they're leading you towards the back, and it seems to be a temple.
Okay. Erwina will, as they're walking, put back on her mage armor, which is probably faded by this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need a pretty important group perception roll. So the important thing for this, I need to know who the second highest number is. What the second highest number is.
Not me with a 2.
No.
Or 4, 6.
17. Looks like 17 and 10.
Okay. So that means there'll be a
Ginger.
who got the 17?
I did.
Sturm. Some of them seem to keep kobold slaves. So here and there, and it's hard to verify this, but you kind of think they're kind of hiding it from you, because the couple of times you see one, they're kind of hustled out of your view. But it looks like some of them have kobolds. I mean, they're not wearing chains or anything, so it's possible that they're working for them or indentured in some way, but it's really hard to tell with just a cursory look. It's not great news, though.
I will
Yeah.
whisper to Erwina, since I tend to walk next to her, lean down, and I'll say, they have kobold slaves.
That's not good.
They take you into the main building, which appears to be some kind of a temple, and you are taken into a large hall, and you are introduced to her. So she is more snake-like than a lot of them. She's more lithe. And she's dressed obviously in some kind of ceremonial robes. Has a large book that she's consulting. She has a stand for it. And when you come in, she puts a hand in the book, casts a spell, and then speaks in tongues. Welcome, Chosen One.
Hi. I love your temple. It's really nice.
Thank you.
I love the decor. Love this whole aesthetic. I do think that there was a slight error in the selection process. I think some messages might have gotten mixed up. Package sent to the wrong address. So I'd like to return it. With a heavy heart, because I feel so blessed with this title. But I think an error was made. I think not by you, but like by whoever the delivery person was. You know how it is.
And it was sent, but only those that would listen, that would hear it, would be affected. You must have some connection to the lively world, to the plains or the root of your home. Yes?
Yeah, I'm a a druid of the Circle of Stars.
Cosmos.
Yeah.
Fascinating. You must also have some interest in freedom.
Yes.
We seek your help. And if you were not the kind of person that would be interested in freeing someone that was imprisoned, you would not have been chosen.
That is correct.
Then the messenger was not wrong.
Okay. Who are we freeing?
There is kind of a groan among the various road people in this room. She raises her hands. Forgive me, I have been a little rude. I am Shazur.
I'm Shazur. I'm Erwina Twin. This is Benji Goldenclaw. This is Jinjack Wonderful. This is Sturm.
I have questions.
First name only.
I have questions.
Okay. I hope I have answers.
What makes him wonderful?
What doesn't make him wonderful?
Is he?
Well, it's just a name. It's sort of just. Thank you, Erwina, by the way. It's just a name, really. My family's been called the Wonderfuls. I believe it had something to do with an ancestor of mine exclaiming after a particularly delicious dish.
Is it a boast?
With regard to cooking, yes.
Oh, wonderful.
Thank you.
And you, are your claws actually gold?
No, it was my husband's name. I was married into his family, so.
She steps down off of the kind of pulpit riser thing she's on and shows you. Well, mine actually are. And she's actually got gilt draconic claws.
That's very fancy.
Oh,
Thank you.
you look amazing.
I do my best. It helps to lead, to have the proper effect on those you're leading. I find. Well, we have, for quite a while now, many generations, been calling the Chosen to try to free our master.
Huh?
We serve Ziat. Ziat, I think in Elven, the closest you have is somewhere between Soulfire and Kindler. They are the spark of creation. They are our god.
Okay.
And they've been imprisoned.
By whom?
We'll have to do an insight check.
Yeah,
To see if
Erwina
she's
would like
lying.
to as well.
You can do a group insight check. Everybody roll against a 15.
Shit, that's gonna be hard.
I meets it.
I don't.
Yep. Nope. And I had asked by whom?
So,
Oh,
okay, so
right.
the insight check failed, so you're not sure whether any of this is fabrication or not. And what was the follow-up? What were you? I don't remember the last thing.
I said by whom,
Oh,
and they said
that's right. We call them winter. This place shouldn't be as you see it. It is a symptom of the ice in which Ziat is imprisoned.
And why was your got taken and imprisoned?
I don't know your religion very well. Most, I find, have a creator and a nemesis. Some refer to it as a devil. I find it interesting that in a lot of cultures, this devil is a creature of flame. It is the opposite with us. To us, flame is how you forge, how you cook, how you provide better settlements and comfort. Whereas we, culturally, I suppose, make a fiend of ice, make a fiend of cold. So winter is our devil.
Those creatures, the ones that your people killed and have enslaved, are they related to this at all?
Oh, oh, you mean the kobolds?
Yes.
We have come here as servants of Ziat. We were uplifted from the faithless clay of those creatures that apparently you saw. They are soulless. They are hollow. We here that you see are children of Ziat. We have been sparked. We have been kindled by the Master. We are those who have within us the soul fire, that spark of creation that allows us to rise up and to be more. As I assume, again, I do not know the religion, the lore of your people, but generally there is something similar about the creators in any myth. I'm not sure who sparked you, but clearly you have a god or gods or pantheon at some point that gave you soul, gave you motivation, gave you intellect, made you someone able to be heroes. At least we hope heroes.
And some of us have also been taught compassion.
True. Good.
Just out of
But you,
curiosity. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Eric.
but you show none for these kobolds.
You have no creatures where you come from that you ride, that you enslave, that you slaughter and eat, nothing like that?
Some of necessity, not with impunity, and certainly not without prejudice, unless the people or clans are of that type. And I, for one, would not consider them wholesome.
Before you judge, perhaps you should meet those that you defend with your words. I think you may be making assumptions.
I do not wish to belabor the point. I just wish to understand you.
Fair. And we you. She turns to Arwina.
Mm-hmm.
We have called. You have answered without knowing the nature of the call. I must ask directly for your help. It is not something that we alone can do or would have done it. It requires someone chosen by selection. You contain within you a gift that would allow you to break the prison. And maybe connected to whatever this celestial bond that you have is.
Okay. That's interesting. I mean, I'd love to help. Do you have any like literature on this god that we could read? Jinjak loves multicultural studies and learning about new religions. I'm sure he'd be able to parse out more information for us if you have like a pamphlet
She laughs.
or
I
a
assume
scroll.
you can't read our language. We do have some sacred scrolls, but even if I gave you access to them, you would need to be able to read what was written.
That's true.
I could. We're, of course, eager to see this thing done, but it has been many years. There's no harm at all to taking more time. I could, and she actually gestures to some of our underlings. Tomorrow, because I know it's late now, I could assign 2 of my acolytes to go with you and read whatever you want from among those scrolls.
That would be lovely, especially with some translation services. And Erwina is keen to get information in any way, shape, or form, whether she knows Sturm has comprehend languages or not. That's access to books is good, she assumes. Barely able to read.
Well, we have rooms we can provide for you.
Okay.
And then I can instruct my acolytes here to prepare the texts you asked for. And then Mr. Wonderful. After a breakfast that I'm sure you'll find disappointing given your apparently legendary prowess, you can go to the room to read with them. They could also begin to teach you bits of our language.
That'd be lovely. I'd love to learn as much as I can about the people I'm helping.
I see.
More to the point, if it's all right with you, Your Grace. It's Your Grace, right?
Mistress, usually, or wise one?
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not good with fancy stuff, but certainly. Mistress? Mistress Shazar? Or you've summoned the chosen one here, gesture to Arwina. But I imagine you have a very specific idea of what the task is, where we need to go, what is needed to be done. I've heard nothing about that.
There is our Lord has been frozen within a glacier. There are, of course, wards and defenses, but the main thing is the ice will not break for any but the chosen. I don't know much beyond that because so far no one chosen has succeeded.
Ah, they've been chosen before?
Yes.
Uh-huh. And what was their fate? You say they didn't succeed. Did you just try to break the ice and it's like, oh, well, this ain't working. Guess I'll go home.
Oh, no, they died.
Ah, thank you. That's important.
Good.
That's
Just
good
as
information to have.
Just as I was expecting.
Yes.
And the chosen always has to come from, not this world, but from the another world?
This place exists for the prison.
Ah.
It is only through the call that anyone can even find their way here. Even a wizard's spells could not get you here.
Then you weren't from here originally.
We were lifted up from the lesser creatures by the power of our Lord.
Oh, I see. Just one last query, if you will. What did those lesser creatures, what terrible deed did they do to invoke your ire?
There's no ire. A great blessing was done for them.
Sending them into the afterlife was considered a blessing.
Well, they were soulless.
I see.
They had no path to the afterlife.
Just curious, because you didn't eat them.
Not recently. Early on, yes, we did.
Can I make a... Sorry, Ginger, go ahead.
One last question. I imagine, I'm really curious about this. This is a closed ecology. Oh, I shouldn't use that word. This is a closed... and I noticed that it's gripped by winter, which means you can't get out. How are you doing for food?
It's difficult. Very few things grow here. We've managed to cultivate and nurture what little does. And like you determined early on, those creatures were a source of food, yes. Our species is not, we are carnivorous by nature.
Oh, I see.
We,
Go ahead, Benji.
I would like to make a perception check to see how many warriors or guards or anyone is there anyone protecting this woman?
yes, there are 2 large armored guards.
Hmm.
And they're
And
placed nearby and obvious to be deterrents.
Oh, I'd like
And
to
are they?
or anything like that. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. Are they tall like Sturm, or are they like a regular? Or
Sadly,
my height.
There is an ability available, I think, to warriors at 4th level that lets you size up an opponent and let you know if they're tougher than you or not. I don't think barbarians ever get it. They're not like town guard vibe. They're elite guard vibe, right? So they don't seem to be like easy takedowns. But as far as getting like a real like, can we take them? You're not sure.
So they have health bars that have a little skull at the end of it.
Yeah. Sadly,
There-
no, because that ability would give you that skull. But you don't have.
They're the red guardians, knights of like Palpatine versus stormtroopers. Got it.
A little, yeah.
Okay.
Excuse me, mistress. I just hold up my great axe. I'm just like not in a threatening way. I just hold it up, like raising my hand. Quick question: if the chosen one decides not to do this, how do we leave?
I would need to send you home.
Oh, so we have to do this, or else you won't send us home.
I didn't say that.
I just looked at Jin Jack.
I'm still waiting for insight. For everything that she just said to me, I want to suss it. Can I make it? I just wait. Yeah, Mike. Let me know when to make the insight roll. If it's allowed.
No, it's fine.
That would be a 19.
Nothing she said is a lie.
All right. Yeah, which doesn't mean it means everything she believes everything she said is true.
Right.
I sigh and I say, okay.
And if the chosen one does manage to do it, what happens? Besides, the glorious return of your creator and eternal spark.
You
Guy.
would be gifted in many ways.
Okay.
Hopefully not like the kobolds.
If
Ooh,
you're
shit.
attempting to antagonize me, there are simpler ways.
He's
Are
just
you
a little brusque.
soulless giant? Is that the problem? Do
No,
you
no,
fear the
no.
little
He's got
things
lots
on
of
you?
soul. He's got lots of soul. I know. I'm the chosen one, and Erwina's gonna try and use persuasion.
Pull her gaze away from Sturm, almost physically.
Yeah, he's so full of soul. I already checked. The soul is through the roof. No reason to gift him the afterlife. He's already going there. I already checked.
Ziot is a
I'm sorry. I'm standing right next to Sturm, and I'm just stirring the pot. I'm like, honestly, I wouldn't let that slide. You gonna let her call you soulless like that? That's crazy.
He's so full of soul. There's so much. It's just overflowing. You don't know him yet. He's just got a little bit of a tough exterior. It's fine. It's fine.
Ziot.
I did not.
Time to withdraw at this point and maybe give time for us to acclimatize to each other's culture.
I feel that an apology would be in order, but I will not give you one because I do not appreciate the suffering of others, and you've not convinced me that what you've done is the right thing. However, I do understand where we are in our situation. So
One of the
Who was
guards,
probably partake in your quest.
one of the guards behind her turns to you, takes off his helmet, and says, "I understand that and respect it. It was a concern of mine when I joined the guard at first. For my part, I make sure that they don't suffer. My kills are clean and sudden."
Oh, I don't think that's the point.
I
You hear that?
have
You hear that, Sperm? He doesn't let you
Okay, I'm
suffer.
counting heads. At this point, I'm counting heads. How many of them are there?
all told about a dozen, including. The
I look at him and said, like, wow, 12 of them. I really think it's time for us to take a rest.
Yeah, Sturm sometimes gets a little cranky when he doesn't get his sleep. So we're gonna go.
She leans in
Yeah.
to answer your question. Ziad is a creator god.
Yes.
I'm sure that at the very least, the tools that make you the heroes and adventurers that you are, he would have gifts of armor and weapons.
Okay.
I have rooms prepared, and my acolytes prepare the books we talked about.
Okay. I think we just need to take down the temperature in the room a little bit, which it's so nice and warm in here, by the way. Love it. Compared to the cold that we've been wandering through. Love it. And thank you for your hospitality. We're gonna go take a rest, find ourselves in better spirits, read those books.
Is there anything we can do for you, Chosen? Do you wish food, drink, man, woman? We'll have it sent to your room.
Let's start with cookies and see where we go from there.
Why would they send you a man and a woman? I don't understand.
I just look at Jim Jack and I'm just like, I'll just grab his ear. Let's go. Ask that
This is
question.
some fancy thing nobles do.
I'm good, thank
I
you.
need a perception roll from Sturm.
There. Hmm.
Ow!
You've been through worse. You can handle this. Just keep dragging him.
What do I want to know?
Only an 8.
Okay. The party is led away. You're led. It's within this main building, but there is a hall and then there's a door, and you're led to a suite of rooms in a very Roman sense. So there's a central room with seating, but then there are smaller areas for sleeping. It's obviously meant to be for guests, and you're let in. The person that leads you in, obviously, is a dragonborn that does not speak Common or can cast tongues, so just kind of gestures and gives you a small smile.
Might want to send him off, Rowena, so we can
Yeah.
talk about it.
And she makes a minor illusion in her hands of cookies. Like, I want cookies.
Actually, I think one of the runners would have
Yeah.
brought the closest dragonborn have to a cookie-shaped thing.
Okay.
Which probably is not a cookie. So you have a round something.
Okay. Thank you for the
I will
round
play.
things. How about then? And she'll like make like the image of a vast feast. And then motions to Benji and Sturm, like they're very hungry. We need a big feast.
She bows in a way that only snake-like people can, because the whole spine just whoop, and she leaves, and the door locks behind her.
Okay, so
First
I
off,
just heard it
before you-
lock. We're trapped forever, but hopefully that feast will take a couple minutes. Okay.
I'd just like to say everything that came out of her mouth aroused enragement in my inner peasant. Go ahead, Benji.
Irina, I just want to say I didn't see any tea on that in that image.
Oh, you know what? When we need to stall, that'll
You
be the next
know-
thing. That'll be the next
Okay,
edition.
yeah. Okay. And second off, I have to know: did you pick man or woman?
I
one did you
chose
pick?
cookies, which are these round things. I don't know if they're food or not.
Everyone make a
What is-
perception roll, please.
Nope. Benji is already eating one. She's like takes it and eats it.
18.
I also have an 18.
So you realize about this time that sitting in the corner of the room, just sitting there with the invisibility that sometimes servants and underlings have by just being kind of part of the furniture, is this dude.
Oh,
That's a little kobold.
smart.
Just hanging out in the room.
Cute. So cute.
He says in broken Elven, hello,
Hi.
I am Smark.
Hi, Smork. Lovely to meet
Gotta be
you.
related to Snark.
Yeah, I had a little friend with a very similar name. Lovely to meet you.
I have 3 brothers.
Maybe you're cousins or brothers. That could happen.
Did you
That could happen.
Did you like the bone discs?
The bone discs? What are the bone discs?
Well, they slice bones of big creatures, and then
Oh.
you eat the goo inside the bones.
I immediately
Oh.
spit it out.
Yeah, don't eat the bone discs.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, don't eat
As
them.
long as it's not sapient, I bite down.
Yeah, if you want to mess up your teeth.
Yeah. We need to get you out of here.
Oh,
Yeah. How do we do that? Because I heard the door lock when they left.
Yeah, it's the door they know about.
Oh, okay.
Do
But
know,
you know other doors, eh? That's how you got in.
Do you know about kobolds?
I know they dig. I know they're tunnelers.
Secret passages and traps, real big.
I nod.
So you've been chosen.
Yeah, I assume probably to die.
No. See, there's
Okay.
2 gods here,
Uh-huh.
and there's one god that we call the red god, and
Yeah.
the red god is imprisoned in the ice. Then there's the
Mhm.
white god, and the white god is imprisoned the red god. And here's the thing: they both have dragonborn servitors,
Uh-huh.
and both are going to tell you that their god is the right god.
Hmm.
Yeah, we don't agree super a lot.
Yeah.
And both sides treat us pretty terribly.
That's not good.
We don't think so. So
Yeah,
we
no,
think
that's
you've chosen
awful.
to save us.
So the best option for you would be to get rid of both of the gods and overthrow them. So there's as well.
I mean, unless you're god slayers, I think the best you could do is take care of their leaders, but you can't do that from this position. Because this room is right near the guards' quarters, so there's
Mm-hmm.
warriors everywhere. But I can get you out.
Okay.
Then you can talk to my people, and then make up your minds.
I like having
I
all
like
of my
him.
options.
I already,
I'm gonna do
I
inside
already
on
want to fight for him.
Yeah.
I wanted to, but I'm still going to do inside on him anyway.
Go ahead, please. And add advantage because the group can compare notes.
Oh, okay. I'll roll again. Well, first roll was a 23, and then a 22.
Heck yeah.
The way he's speaking and his body language, he seems to be one of those people that, and it's not necessarily any kind of like they're virtuous. There's just some people that don't lie well. Like sometimes it's not like their brains just don't work like that. He seems like the kind of dude that even if you told him, it'd be great if you lied to the assistant principal. Like he just couldn't get his head around it. So you think everything is as he says because he couldn't formulate proper deception and carry it off.
I say this to the group. So I think I've got a good feeling about him. He seems to be on the up and up.
And again, in Elven. Well, that's nice.
Oh, wait a minute. I do have to double back because I don't speak Elven.
Erwina will translate.
All right.
They apparently have been, various sides have all been waiting for some kind of elven savior for a long time, so they seem to all have learned a little elven.
Well, they've got half a savior then.
So he goes to the back of the room and does damn near the bend the candle and then, very, very young Frankenstein.
Put the candle back.
Yeah. And there's a grinding and a secret door opens.
Okay. Well, do we want to go find out our other options for the Red God versus White God battle royale for the heart and soul of these people? No pressure, no pressure, no pressure, no pressure.
Sitting here and doing a near fake, possibly suicidal mission for a bunch of fancy mass murderers? Yes, I think
We should follow the.
Yeah. At least when I die doing this, it'll be with slightly more dignity.
Well, I agree. I concur.
Yeah. Let's go.
I know we will go with this, Smork. Of course I will. But can you ask him if he has someone who would be able to get us back home when this is over?
Oh yeah. Okay, Smork, level with me. Just a moment. So the nice, awful person who's enslaved your people, she said that she could send us home. Do you guys have access to getting us back home? My dad's been kidnapped by Goliaths. I kind of have to rescue him. It's been a week. We got a long to-do list.
I'm like, you're getting off point. Getting off point. Bring it back.
But we do have to still go save my dad at some point.
We will one thing at a time.
No, sorry, we don't really have magic.
Okay, so we're gonna have to pencil that as a problem, but maybe a solvable one.
Well,
if we
do
think
know this because they don't pay a lot of attention to us because they just treat us like we're the pillows or the stools. They're kind of jerks, and we listen, and they don't think we listen. They don't think we understand because they don't think we're very smart, but we smart. And we realize that a lot of these magic powers are items.
Okay.
So we don't think they're as powerful as they say they are. Like that flaming stick that boss has. It's a magic stick. It's not a magic guy. So I think some of these things that they're promising are not special powers they have. They're things that do the things they're promising.
Okay. So we take the magic-y things and then we use them to get home. Sounds like a plan. Closest of a plan as we got.
Bickety bam.
Yeah, we could eat them. I don't think we're gonna eat them. But maybe we'll put that on the maybe to-do list. I have a lot of to-do lists.
I'm just looking at Erwina.
It's
all right. Well, follow me. I can get you out. Now understand that they're going to be your enemies if you leave.
Are we okay? So, guys, if we go through this tunnel, we're probably not going to be friends with these people anymore. Are we cool with that? I assume so.
I'm heartbroken, Rabbit.
Well, we'll have to find you some way to mend that broken heart, Sturm, because we're probably not going to stay.
I mean, you might be able to make friends of the ones that serve the White God.
Okay.
Because you're not making enemies, you're making friends of them by opposing the followers of the Red God.
Okay. I thought you said that they weren't very nice to you either.
I don't like any of them.
Okay.
There is a distinct possibility that we could do a little bit of trickery here, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Okay.
Before we go, Smork, because I feel it would be much more difficult to return here. Do you know of a place or a way or a passage that might get us access to some of these magic items or item that could help us return home?
Items, no, but we could probably get you a couple of those books you wanted.
Yeah, that'd be great.
The items
Yes.
themselves are too well protected, but if you decide to come back to act on these enemies, we can help get you in and get you to the rooms where they're vulnerable.
Okay. Perfect. We love
If you-
it.
If you can secure some books, it could be very
Might
powerful
take a little
for us.
time, but I'll talk to my allies.
Okay.
I need to lead you out, and then I will take you to our home, but I'll need to stop for a little bit and leave my messages for them before I leave.
Perfect. Thank you.
Down this tunnel is the end of the episode. You ready to go?
Okay. Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Yep.
So you head.
And this is a safe point, Mike.
It is. You head down the tunnel. He will, in fact, have you wait in a little bit of the, like a little turn in the tunnel. He'll go back and tell the others, like, we need a couple of those books. You gotta steal some of the things. Don't worry, it's not like the things that they guard. Just get a couple of, like, the Religion of Ziet for Dummies out of the book room. He leaves those kind of orders. And the other kind of rebel kobolds will start working on it for you. And then they sneak you out of the entire area, and you emerge from a side tunnel that the Dragonborn don't even know about, because no one bothered to tell them that kobolds are very good about tunnels and secret doors. Alright, so that is the end of the first of 3 episodes, and
Yay!
the fairly massive side quest. And we will be back next week with part 2. And anything else we want to share with people before we log off?
No, but I want to say thanks, Mike. That was wonderful.
Yeah.
It was great.
As in Jinjack. Wonderful.
Well, it's great to play with y'all, and I look forward to doing it next week. And
Thanks so much, Mike. It was very me.
come on back and see how the adventure continues next week.
Yeah.
All right, I've got a slide here for outro. All right, good night.
Good night, everybody.